Welcome to Glaff's world of brawls. This is Cosima. We're taking the control route today. Going to try to draw a bunch of cards and outplay the opponent. Counter, return to hand, mill. We've got it all. So, Cosima. You may exile her at the beginning of your turn. Every time a land enters, you can keep her exiled, going on that voyage, and she gets a +1/+1 counter for each time a land comes into play and you keep her out. Then when you bring her back into play, you draw that many cards and she gets that many counters. Generally not going to play the Omen Keel in this deck. It's nice to get some extra lands with, and maybe that's going to work in a lot of situations early game, and then it's easy to play her for 5. We might try that today, but mostly I'm interested in the card draw, and since we don't have multiple Cosimas, we can't benefit from the Omen Keel at the same time, so I'm mostly going to want to play her. Alright, we got a little bit of mill. It's just one win condition, a little blocker to hold them off, bunch of different types of counter spells. Tome of Legends is really good here. Generally, you're not going to be putting your commander into play and out of play too often, but Cosima can go in and out constantly, giving extra card draw. More card draw, a little bit of ramp here and there. Return to play, steal an artifact, a little bit more mill. There's so much card draw in this that the few cards that benefit from that are really good, like Ominous Seas and Teferi's Tutelage. Every time you draw a card, they mill 2. A lot of people quit once they see Teferi's Tutelage go down, and they feel like you've got a lock. Pretty good. A little bit more card draw. Lock down the commander from the other side. Counter it. Return. Midnight Clock is good for the extra card draw. Another one of those. Yep. A little bit more ramp. A lot of ramp when it works out. So between all of that, we've got a couple of threats on the higher end. Shark Typhoon. I usually end up wanting to hardcast this as the enchantment rather than cycle it for a shark, but it does have the option, of course, that then you can get the 6 mana Sublime Epiphany, Alrund's Epiphany, take an extra turn, Kiora Best the Sea God, and draw a bunch of cards, and then Ugin. So a lot of this does come into play. I frankly didn't think Cosima would work as a commander before I started it. There are some decks that are aggro that are a little bit too fast for it. I've had Phylath just put too many things down too fast, and there are no board wipes. So things like that are very difficult to deal with. But if you're facing something a little bit slower, even a mid-range type deck, we've got so many things we can outvalue with. It's often not even a problem. So let's go in with the Cosima Brawl. If you haven't used her, it's a really good card, and there are a lot of decks that end up using it for that extra draw. It just doesn't seem like it would really work as a commander, but I've been enjoying the deck quite a bit. You might be surprised. Let's see if we can show it off against Ayara. Pixel Junkie. So I think this is pretty good. we do against the Archfiend's Vessel? I think this is a game where I want Cosima just directly out. Reading the card. And ready to go on the journey. I don't have anything to power it except for the Simulacrum, which I suppose would work, but we're in a race right now. Okay. They probably just kill it. Maybe we put the Omen Keel out after it uses up an Eliminate or something. Heartless Act. Okay. And if they have a way to return it to the... No. Alright, they're already up so far. Let's get another land out. This is unfortunate. We really like to have Cosima down when we make that play. Probably just block the Archfiend's Vessel, assuming that they would have turned it into the 5/5 if they could have with their current hand. They might just sack it now to draw the card. Let's see. At least takes a little bit of pressure off for a moment. 5/6 allows us to put Cosima back down. They're not wanting to kill the Solemn Simulacrum, which doesn't necessarily mean anything. We could Mazemind Tome and draw a couple cards if we don't end up convoluting, though. Maybe that's what I want to do. Probably still attacks in... Okay. Let's just leave all this open for now. Seagate Restoration for get 5 cards next turn. That would be a good play. Be nice to save it for when we have something on the board where drawing cards makes a big difference, but I think we need that boost. We can do it for 6 cards if they attack with Ayara. If they don't attack with Ayara, we can still attack in and see if they'll kill it for us. So if we do that, we take 5. Okay, that works too. I guess we can let him have all of this. Just to draw the extra card. Not enjoying that very much. Maybe countering the Woe Strayer would have been a better idea. Well, we can draw quite a few cards with all this, so that's okay. Maybe we can boost ahead a little bit. So that'll be... I guess keeping the Omen of the Sea and just drawing with these is probably the better way to do it. And if this doesn't give us enough advantage, then... Ayara is a fairly aggressive deck. I'm not too surprised that we're on the back foot here. I mean, of course you're going to be against any heavy creature deck, but I've played Ayara a lot, and decks like this do have a problem. Hello? Pixel junkie. Don't just stare at the pixels. Let's go. Okay. Now that we have Shark Typhoon, I think my equation has changed just a little bit. I'm going to take another turn of getting punched in the face just for that one extra bit. It's a nice big shark. It'll probably be killed, but that's okay. I think it's worth just that little extra damage to start getting our shark army ready. This deck probably doesn't have anything to deal with that. As long as we don't go, too far below 10, I think we should be fine. Expecting at worst Extinction Event, though mass removal isn't usually played in Ayara. Most of the lists I've seen don't have it. I hope. It's been a while. I've been mostly focusing on Kaldheim lately. The biggest problem being that Ayara can still do damage even if we do have a wall of sharks up. So that is worrisome. Hopefully we can get Cosima back down. I think I will also scry. Maybe I should have scried before I drew. I would have kept that though, so this is better. Another counter spell right now. That's a good one. Don't think so because we just don't have the mana right now to be able to take full advantage of that. So 7. Let's keep the land in the hand to draw the extra card. Just put out a big shark. If they kill this shark this turn, then that's probably death. Kill it immediately, right? So 9 damage on the board, and then they've got probably a couple of ways to push a little bit more. If we make it to next turn, that's a lot of value. Let's just scry right now. If Cosima is out, I don't think we have a chance to put her out yet, though. So, do you kill the shark? You can make a lot of them next turn if you don't. So, being taken down to 2 life, and then all they'd have to do is gain is put down. Oh, wow. They really do want to kill that shark. Really? Okay. Just for a scry. You're going to scry with your Ayara too? Guess they want an answer. So there's another 7 shark in the hand. I think I'd rather put a bunch of small sharks out, but I mean, if they're having a hard time dealing with this one, put the Signet. So maybe organize this just a little bit. Return something to the hand. That's good. Oh, okay. Not too bad, though. Not the worst possible situation. Not a lot of life gain, though. We're going to have to be saving up mana to be able to counter everything from here on out anytime a creature comes into play. So unsubstantiating and then countering Ayara twice might be pretty useful. Getting a couple sharks to put in front of the Woe Strider, of course. I don't know, can we put, what, Midnight Clock and Arcane Signet out? And hold the rest of the mana. Maybe unsubstantiate on. Okay. That would be nice to have out, but let's put a couple sharks. Let's see, holding back. That's 6 mana back. 5 mana back. And then put 1 out. Back up to 6. And that gives us plenty to do all the things. Let's keep getting there. Okay. So, yeah, all of this, I think unsubstantiating now so that they can't sneak a creature down before we have, we could do it on the beginning of their turn, but that holds 4 mana back for what, just a Convolute? Doesn't work. Probably can't even counter, huh? That's unfortunate. Well, we'll see what happens. I have to play the Ayara and several creatures. It can't kill us this turn at least. So. Sometimes people just quit at this point. I can see why. Especially when our turns take that long, just looking through this huge hand. Okay. That's 1. Of small creatures. That's what I would do if I was in their place, but maybe they just don't. Do they choose even? I've got 2 odds. Is this it, or Jwari Disruption? Attacking, so put the Element of the Sea down. Guess milling is okay. I think we need something a little bit more proactive, though. Is there anything we want back from the graveyard? Oh, sure. Sure. Take that then. I don't think I want to cast it quite yet, but that's great to have another 7/7 Shark available. And I hate not drawing the card, but I think it's pretty important to just shape the hand a little bit and get that back. Get that life back up. Okay, so now 41. How many cards do we have in the hand? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I can just look here. 11. So it'd be, we draw 12. Suppose a land is fine to drop. Okay, so we've got 10 cards in hand. At 39, we would +1. So that would be 9. We'd draw 10 cards. So 30 cards. Pretty close, making me wish that I kept the other. This pressure's pretty good. This we can return, so 6. Got 2 left over. I think not playing anything right now would be the best move. Hold 2 of these little sharks back, oops, just in case. Sublime Epiphany, that way we've got 2 pretty good win conditions coming. I think the Tutelage kills them a little bit quicker though. You can have that. Oh, I shouldn't have given you that. Okay, well that would have been the thing to counter. I didn't realize that's all that they were casting this turn. Let's stop the activated ability and draw another card. So stop that, return that to your hand. Make another 3/3 shark, and draw a card. I guess just countering the Null Priest of Oblivion would have been a better play, but this is fine. How much damage is that? We can convolute this too. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 20. This is 3s, so 26 damage in Shark. I get low most games with this deck, but usually, I mean, I've won a lot more than I've lost with it, and usually that's just how it rolls against an aggro deck. Often see getting down to 2 life and then taking over the game. Iara has an ability that actually gets straight through, so it's a little bit more difficult. Most of the time it's a lockdown and they can't even get through after they've done their initial damage. Not a lot of instant value. Yorvo probably doesn't play a lot of artifacts. Be nice to counter a spell, but I'd like a little bit more ramp or something. Yeah, a little bit of protection. Can start our mill early. Seems good. I've never actually milled someone out with this deck because they quit long before. Once they see the lock, they're like, no, not doing it. This isn't a game where I can probably Omen Keel. Do I save the Essence Scatter for the Orvo? Let's just see what it is. What do you have? Ozolith. Okay, I guess I do. I would prefer to cast Cosima now, but since we know we were going to be countering something next turn, let's just wait. Really stops us in our tracks. I mean, if they're in the game at all, they see that I've got mana open and I didn't cast Cosima, so combat tricks, really? Okay, what do you have? This Essence Scatter then. Puts him back to 5. Probably doesn't mind with the way that deck probably ramps up. 40. Let's go on a voyage. I think we can actually voyage this game. Yay. God of the Voyage. Obviously they're repping something here, right? Let's go ahead and use it. Okay. Ram through. That's fine. So, okay. If you're not used to using Cosima, you want to, if you're voyaging, you take the action. So when I put a land down, I want, okay, move your commander to the command zone, decline. Now when I, so you want to decline for the, this is actually kind of complicated. You're always taking the action for the voyage. If you want her to keep voyaging, you take action. If you want to bring her back and stop the voyage, you decline. Okay? And that gives us Whirlwind. It feels a little bit backwards, perhaps. Ooh. Yorvo is going to be a hard deck. So I put the land down. I do want to keep her on the voyage, so I'm going to take the action. The action is the voyage. You're going on a voyage. That's taking the action. I'm going to draw 2 cards with Seagate. All right. And you can't get Cosima back unless you put a land down. So it's every time you put a land down, you choose to take the action of voyaging more, putting the counter on her, or, okay, so Yorvo is going to need to be frogified. At least it's not going to grow anymore, though. Oh, maybe it does. Grow a little bit more. Okay, I think I just don't have a choice here, so I'm going to decline bringing her back into play. Drawing a whole 2 cards. I mean, that's nice. I can put it back out on the voyage next turn. Grow my Crawling Barrens just a little bit. I'm going to take quite a bit of damage from Yorvo, but then put him back out, and it's going to cost the full 7 whole turn to cast him again, and wipe the board with Ugin. Okay, that's fine. All right. Guess it's kind of funny to do it right then. I don't know why. I just wanted to, I guess. And yes, my turn. Okay. Now we want to go on the Voyage to put Ugin out. We've got just enough mana to Ugin. The highest casting cost thing here is 3. So we're going to take action. The Voyage is the action. Yes, take action. Oh. No. Oh my god. I thought it was for the replicating ring because it was up. Anyway, we'll play her back out. This is fine. This is fine. It's really complicated to deal with Cosima in this situation for some reason. This is exile, so I don't think leaves the battlefield. So it does get a bunch of counters. That's unfortunate. Three is fine. Get the extra counter on the Ozolith. Good play. And this turns into a land. Very unlikely to actually be castable at this point in the game anyway. Okay, so Yorvo comes out as a 12/12. Or right before battle, beginning of combat, you may move counters from Ozolith. Yep. Loses all abilities. Would be nice if that meant counters too. Could just do it to put him down a little bit, but I don't think that helps. Need to return it back to the hand. Suppose drawing a card is nice. I guess I should have just put Cosima out. I didn't want to because the trample puts us at 1. Without them, I mean, just Mystic Subdual with Cosima out saves us, but only for a turn. Yeah. Is there any way now that that's not game? Ha! 10 damage. Okay. Well, good game. Guess I can do 3 again. That's the last try. 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe that good game probably looked like a taunt. It wasn't a taunt. It's because I feel like I'm dead. Maybe it was just a rookie mistake. You'll get him back, and well, maybe I'll actually have the mana up this time to counter. Now I feel bad. I wasn't trying. Really wasn't trying to. I wouldn't have played. Oof. Let's see. Oh, Brazen Borrower helps. So we can kick this out. Let's see. How much mana is that total? 6, 7, 8, 9. 7, 3, and then didn't say please. +1. Okay, so I have 1 left over. I really hope I'm counting right. Makes a small Yorvo. Okay, so he went straight there. And I have 2 mana available, not 3, so I didn't count right. Okay. Okay. And he cultivates, which I should have negated probably, but 6 mana. If he just plays the Scourge, I can kill it for 1 point on the Ugin. It's just a 2/2. Probably no sense in doing that. Better just to put Cosima out. It's just killing it. Gives the counters to Yorvo. Now, let's make sure I actually have Neutralize, or didn't say please. Okay. This is 5. I've got both open. Okay. There we go. I suppose still going on the Voyage is the play. Let's see, though. Since I didn't end up casting that last turn, I should have used the extra mana on the Mazemind Tome to draw a card. Massive misplays. Return it to your hand. Let's not let you do that. Let's see if you can cast 2 things next turn. 2, 3, 4, 5 mana available. Don't want Yorvo back. Let's just keep him away forever. 27. You may. Would you like to do that? No? Okay. Up to you. Okay. I'm going to actually draw this turn. Unsubstantiate's pretty cool. Since there's no land, can we... we can't do that. I guess we can attack with the Crawling Barrens. Let's decline right now. Soon we'll have enough to do anything we want with the mana. Let's just pump it once. I'm sorry, guy. Yep. See, even if you don't play it perfectly, it can still come through for you. That was a pretty tough game. Yorvo's a hard matchup, but we've got enough things to... little tricks we can do to stop them. Generally, as long as we can stop Obosh from doing their thing, it's pretty okay. It's really hard to get Cosima going in this situation. As you can see, we don't need the card draw for it to work, but it's nice. That's what you want to see. Fabled Passage gives 2 extra cards. Instead of just the one like most horrible lands. Oh. Dragon. Okay, interesting. We're going to take action, and then we're going to decline. Move your commander to the command zone? No, I don't want to do that. Didn't I already say that? Take action. Stay on the Voyage. Take action. Stay on that Voyage. Okay, so we've got the option to, before this gets counters, Frogify it. Let's see, that leaves us with no mana to power the tome. Maybe save that for next turn. Do want to draw a card. This is questionable because you want to save Frogify for the Opash, but this early pressure can kill us pretty easily too. Okay. Looks like that's all they're going to have. Oh, they get to make some treasure. That's unfortunate. There's an Ugin. Let's keep her going. Still have another counter on the tome to use. I don't think we're ready to Epiphany quite yet. So it's sad not to have the mana to neutralize. This is a really important turn to neutralize on. Feeling like I did that wrong now that I'm thinking about it. We don't need the octopus that badly. Okay, Solemn Simulacrum. Should be okay. Block the 3/2 if he sends it in. Or not. There's nothing, I mean, theoretically I could have drawn a null there. Okay. Creature an opponent controls dies. Not sure if that works the way you were thinking it did. Or if you just wanted to make sure to get your token, your treasure. Ugin doesn't kill the Solemn Simulacrum, but everything else is a pretty nice target for it, right? We want to neutralize. Am I feeling under pressure? I have another land in hand. That's how many tokens? 3. Let's keep it going a little bit more. Okay, I can play out the Replicating Ring, finally get that going, that's nice. Still have enough for Neutralize, which this is probably an Obosh turn. Yeah. Odd converted mana costs. How can you play Simulacrum? Oh, because it's not a companion. Okay. Why do you play Simulacrum? Don't you want everything to do damage? So draw 4 cards with the Cosima. Ouch. Lots of treasure. Let's draw our cards before we make any decisions. Decline the Voyage. 6/8 is very nice. We got our own Solemn Simulacrum. Don't think Ugin's the play right here. Save it for when Cosima's not on the board, though everything we'd hit everything we'd hit. Since I had Solemn Simulacrum in the hand, I should have waited until I played that and then gotten another. No, I didn't. I drew it. Okay. Is this a good time to Epiphany? Play Ugin, start killing their stuff, and boosting it up. Can't block that. Bolt Hound. That's a good draw. And Obosh. Okay, that's 3. Interesting. He doesn't like Ugin, I think. Give him a card, kill the Bolt Hound, takes 5. There. None of this kills Cosima. 5 kills Ugin. Not from this, though. I think the Bolt Hound is the best thing to block. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ouch. Leave you in play. Let's see. 7. Mystic Sanctuary comes out untapped. Nothing to grab. Neutralize is good. I'm not saying that's nothing. Save it though for something a little bit better. Let's put down the crab. Kill the double damage thing or the simulacrum. The Obosh doesn't kill Cosima, so that's not too bad. Give him a card. Got an extra mana here. Nothing we can do with it. Save that still. Start the mill. Attack. Draw a card. Decline that. Faceless Haven's pretty nice. Don't generally like it when you take an extra turn. You've got an Ugin out and and all that. He felt pretty milled and under siege. I'm not absolutely sure that game was over, but it was really getting there. Heliod, this will test us. See if we can show one that where it doesn't work out quite right. Tutelage. It's not a very interactive hand, so nothing in it. I don't have any way to counter or bounce anything, so I'm really worried. This is almost definitely can't cast more than 1 non-creature spell per turn. Okay, that's going to be painful eventually. Could I have gotten my Annul 1 turn earlier, please? I think we just need all the land we can get at this point. The Ugin is, that could work out. Maybe this is a slower deck than it's, usually you see Heliod, and that's real fast. Can't banish the Ugin now. Good. Well, I guess we want the tutelage out first before we play Reign of Revelation, right? Discard. I'm seeing plenty of enchantments. I hate to do that. I need the land really badly, but I guess Reign of Revelation coming too, so hopefully we won't miss any land drops. Cast an enchantment. Heliod is an enchantment. Wants to get the Pegasus, doesn't he? Cadex Gaming. Okay. That's 5. Could put this back out. This is an instant, so we'll hold mana open for a counter. Or 2. Sentinel's Eyes. Pretty good. They're down to 38. It's a pretty good start. And fast. 5/6. Can we rain on this turn? Got Negate and Annul available still. I think so. Try to hit the land. Drop. Good. Some scatter too. Oh, submit one. No. No artifacts yet. Don't make me regret this, please. We already put a land down. Yes. I believe so. Yeah. Oh well. We'll get our land for next turn. That's what I meant. And does Heliod come down now? I'd like to annul him. Probably just Essence Scatter it though. Keep the annul for when I only have 1 mana open. I really feel like keeping this. We can cast Heliod. Yeah, that's not the play. Or you can just recast Sentinel's Eyes. Why would I do that? Okay. 6, 7. Getting closer. Alright. 7. This is 5, so we've still got enough to counter. Can't really block much, but... Actually, 3 to cast. 4 to cast.
My son will protect you.
Not that low. Pretty good for 8th turn. Alright, we do want you to go on your voyage, so take action. We do not want to return you to the commander zone. Decline action. Take action. Take action. Not ready to bring her back yet. Pass the Ugin. So we need to do this for 4. No, our tutelage. If there was any other way. 25 is still pretty good though. There are a few other ways to mill, so let's see what happens. Kiora, Best the Sea God. Faladar? 40 life. be countering that. Okay, I don't have enough to both counter. Let's see, I can counter an enchantment. Okay. So we'll put this out and annul the front of our retreat. Start growing the Ugin. You had a lot of health and plenty of cards left in your graveyard. I'm sure people just don't. Maybe they don't like the control deck. Okay, to wrap it up, I don't think we lost a game there. If we did, it wasn't memorable to me. I remember all the wins; they were great. I think there could have been one. I love how this actually works out. You know, it is your basic control deck, but the extra cards here grow with the. There aren't a lot of, like, how many commanders can you say just draw you card after card like Cosima does? And then to be able to use them, didn't get to see the midnight clock go off, but let me tell you, it's easy to push it with all of the extra ramp we have in the deck, and then draw cards. So, but for that, with the Teferi's Tutelage, we saw that go off a couple times. It was great. It just makes people quit. Seeing it happen with the, where is that? Ominous Seas, getting a few 8/8s out. And just being able to make it to end game and play out Shark Typhoon as it was meant to be, with a typhoon of sharks coming at the opponent. We saw that against Ayara. The Sublime Epiphany turning into sharks. Alrund's Epiphany. We saw all the top end things played, and it was awesome. If you have this, if you have even most of the cards in here, you don't need literally everything. So just remember, it's all about countering. A little bit of mill in a long game goes a long way. I mean, as long as you've got an uncommon slot, an uncommon card to get a Teferi's Tutelage, you can mill them out just with that. That and the Ruin Crab can do it by themselves. You don't need everything to win. If you don't have the Ugin, it's a great top end, but I've seen other versions of this without one. You gotta have some of this to make it work, but as long as you have some sort of thing, like even that one, what's that 6/6? They give all of the undersea creatures, like Serpent of Yawning Depths. There are a lot of different huge blue things. There's the new Kraken. Is it a Kraken? Yeah, the Icebreaker Kraken. I mean, anything that gives you a lock on the game, and this is something that I might actually want to run. I didn't think of it until this moment. I've played it in other decks, and it was really fun. So just have a big top end and a way to get there. And this deck is going to be fun. Cosima is going to do well for you. All right, good luck out there, and remember to have fun.